Okay, welcome back, guys. So in today's video, we've got another shop review for you, and I'm taking a look at an Etsy shop that has made over $2 million on the platform, selling very basic digital products. And now, you've probably heard before that selling digital products on Etsy is too saturated now, and you can't make a full-time income doing it. Well, that's why this shop is such a great example, guys, because they do some things very differently to a lot of other shops, and it's a massive reason for their success. And certainly, if you do things correctly on Etsy, just like this shop has done, there is no reason that you cannot get to that full-time income level selling digital products. And I just want to say as well, guys, this shop has done it in just 4 years on Etsy, which is very, very impressive. And so let's not waste any time at all, and let's get straight into this shop review. And so this is the shop here, guys. It's called Citra Graphics. You can see they've been on Etsy for 4 years. They've made 500,000 sales, by the way. And if I just look at their stats on Everbee here, you can see monthly revenue, 3,416 Great British pounds. That's probably touching 5,000 US dollars per month. And estimated total revenue, guys, this is well in excess of $2 million. And like I said, started on November 2020. So yeah, that's around about 4 full years on the platform, which is very, very impressive for this level of sales. And so what does this shop actually sell? Well, guys, I'll just quickly show you. They basically specialize in selling these somewhat simple, but also somewhat complex digital PNG and SVG files, which for anyone who doesn't know, guys, it's basically just a digital file that somebody can go away and purchase and download and then say print onto a t-shirt or print onto a sweatshirt at home if they wanted to, or they can use it for print on demand purposes, which again, just like I've shown on my channel a lot of times before, there is a lot of people selling print on demand items as well. And so yeah, these PNGs and these products, guys, they are just made perfectly for a whole variety of clothing projects that people want to work on. And now let's start as we so often normally do for the shop review, guys. And I want to show you the listings. So how many listings this shop has made in 4 years. Actually, in comparison to a lot of the other shop reviews that I've done, this is not a lot of listings at all to get this level of sales. So what this tells me straight away, guys, is that the actual listings that this shop is producing on average have a very high conversion rate. And that, just looking at it on the outset, guys, I think it's just purely down to the quality. Looking at this, guys, it's all very similar sort of design styles, which we're going to touch on later on. That is going to help into also increasing average order value quite a lot. But just looking at it on the outset, the actual quality of the PNGs that this shop sells, guys, it's very, very good and it's very high quality. And another thing that works in this shop's favor very well is that you can see it just on my screen here, just at the bottom, a lot of seasonal products. So a lot that has been listed recently as well of very seasonal digital products. And that's just one thing in general, guys, that when you're selling digital products, such as PNG graphics, such as SVG graphics, you've always got to think the seasonal ones, they're going to sell very, very well because people tend to use a lot of those sorts of graphics for seasonal projects. So for example, I sell a lot of clip art myself, okay? And I know if I put out a bunch of Christmas clip art, for example, a lot of people come Christmas time, they start buying seasonal Christmas related clip art to put on things like Christmas cards or, Christmas gift tags or Christmas wrapping paper even with patterns. So, you've always got to think about the use case of the product when you actually go to produce it. And so what I want to do, guys, is start diving a little bit deeper into some of these listings. So let's take this one, for example. And you can see this is essentially what it is, guys, right? So as we just scroll through it, you can see it's a pretty, it's a pretty basic quote, to be honest. It's a pretty basic quote. Not lucky, simply blessed. And as we just go through it, it's got a very nice pattern on it, which is very high quality. But honestly, guys, if you're out there and you're looking at this and you're thinking, oh, that's not too bad, like I can probably just create that myself, then to be honest, you can. Like you definitely can, guys. Honestly, these sorts of designs, they are not too tricky to create at all, especially now that we've got AI to help us out. So do any of you want to see like how I would go about creating a separate variation of this design? I'm sure you probably do want to see it. So I'll just quickly show you now. Well, all I'd start off with, guys, as usual, just take a screenshot. And again, I don't want to promote direct copying of listings out there, okay? But I just want to show you what's possible when it comes to creating a listing or a design similar to this. So yeah, like I said, one way you could do it, just take a quick screenshot, head over to a program like ChatGPT, insert that screenshot, and I'll literally just give it a prompt similar to make me a more unique version of the PNG attached. I want it with a transparent background, but use different shades of greens and patterns, and add a green heart into the design. You see, this is what it gives me in return with a transparent background. And this is going to be a very usable PNG straight away, guys. I would recommend, if you're going to use it directly like this, you obviously upscale it. So you want to get that high DPI level if it's going to be printed on a t-shirt or a sweatshirt design. But to me, I wouldn't really want to sell this because it's way too close to the original, and I don't think it's as good as the original personally. I think the original's got a lot more quality in it and vibrancy. So one thing you could do is actually click into it, and then you can describe things that you want to add, remove, or replace within the actual graphic that ChatGPT has generated. So I could say something like, make all the letters pink and add more texture to the patterns. Make it more interesting. And okay, guys, you can see the image is starting to form now. I can see a little bit of pink, which is already a promising sign. And there you go. It's finally loaded up. So yeah, so you see, guys, that's kind of a different variation of the design in different colors. And I think that's probably, okay, yeah, you're using the same quote, but as long as that quote's not copyrighted, you're very free to use that quote. And I think as long as you do something that's quite different, that hits maybe a slightly different audience or a slightly different person that's going to resonate more with this pink design versus the green design, then you can go away there and you got a pretty good design there. PNG, save it, upscale it, transparent background that you can sell and more than likely make some pretty good money with. And of course, if you wanted to tidy up any other things, like just at the end, instead of the heart, take the heart away and just put the letter Y back, you can obviously just use your own judgment. And of course, you can do that as well. But now, guys, going back to the shop. And now one thing I wanted to quickly do, guys, is just analyze the shop here on Everbee. And as you can see, when I go on here, I just want to look at the listings that are bringing in the most sales to the shop. So, okay, so this retro back to school bundle, 64 sales a month, £334 revenue per month. But actually, you can see on the offset here, guys, straight away, a lot of the revenue for this shop is spread out over a number of listings. So apart from, say, these first three, these first 3, 4, 5, maybe, there's not that many listings that are bringing in, say, hundreds and hundreds per month. So the revenue for this shop, which is a very promising sign, it's all very spread out over a majority of listings. So I just want to see this one here. So this is good. So if you look at the trend in here, guys, you could see the trending graph for this particular listing is trending upwards. It's got a growth rate of 300%. It's already making very good monthly revenues and sales. And so I think this is a really good example of a listing to look at and start analyzing for this shop. So yeah, of course, you can see here, bestseller. So this is obviously a very trending design style that is starting to do very well for this shop. And if I was using this as product research for myself, this is why I really recommend apps like Everbee. I think they're great for this, is that you can see the stats, you can see the details, and you can see what sort of design styles are starting to trend very well. And yeah, I would then be going away and creating a similar version of this pattern. So the 9 different aspects to the design here, and just putting my own twist on it. So maybe like instead of this one down here at bottom left, I put like a Santa Claus face or something, you know. Suddenly then you can start making your own variations of designs based on proven concepts that have actually been shown to convert well in the past. And that's why, guys, I just want to give Everbee a really quick shout out as well, because they are literally such a good research app to use. And research, I keep saying, is so important for long-term success. Seeing what other products are doing well, seeing what products are starting to trend up. So if you do this enough, you'll always be ahead of the trends, not chasing the trends and not always being left behind. And again, guys, I found this shop on Everbee. You can see all of the sales stats of different shops in detail, just like is shown here. And not to mention that, guys, they've also got a pretty good SEO research tool as well. And yeah, I just really recommend them. So if any of you want to check Everbee out, there's going to be a link in the video description and you can just check them out completely for free. And yeah, I do very much recommend them, guys. But now, just going back to the shop, one thing that you can definitely take away and put into your own shop, into your own digital product shop, guys, is you see they've got here very heavy promotion on buy 2, get 15% off, buy 5, get 75% off. So this is something which I promote so much. Okay, I promote to do this so much because it works so much better. One thing I'm going to say to you guys, you've definitely heard me say it before, you are not going to get rich selling individual $2 and $3 PNGs. Okay, you are going to have to sell a ton of them per day to make any level of decent income, especially when you account for all the Etsy fees and then if you spend any money on advertising. So that suddenly starts to look a lot different when you've got customers buying 5 items at a time, 10 items at a time, even 20 plus items at a time. And that is how you then suddenly start to make pretty good income levels selling digital products on Etsy, just like this shop is doing here. And one thing that this shop actually doesn't do, which I think they could implement to actually make a ton more sales and get a much higher average order value, is to also just put a little infographic at the end of this listing that just really promotes that offer. So buy 2, get 15% off, buy 5, get, was it 70% off if they buy 5, whatever it was. But yeah, just a little infographic just to really promote it and really drive it home. And I'm sure a lot more customers would then start increasing their average order value and actually start buying more products in a single order from this shop. And then guys, the next thing I want to touch on is you can see all of the mockups here that they're using, they're showing their PNG digital designs actually on the end product. So this is just going to be so much better than just, in my opinion anyway, than just listing the PNG out or just listing the SVG out with a plain white background, because then it's very hard for the end user to see what it's going to look like on the final product. And I mean, what's the whole reason that somebody's going to buy this SVG or this PNG is to actually put it on a final product, right? So if you can see what it looks like and you can see it looks good, and as a buyer, if I can see that it matches what I'm after, then the chances of me making the purchase is going to be a lot higher. And also the choice of mockups that this shop has used, guys, is absolutely in line with the style of design that they are selling. This is something I cannot stress highly enough. Images or pictures / mockups sell your products on Etsy. And you can see here, these are all Christmas related images. What have they got in the background? Christmas trees, okay? It's a very Christmassy mockup for a very Christmassy design. Go to something that's not Christmassy. So take these, for example. These ones aren't Christmassy, and you can see there's no Christmas in the background. Again, these are more just generic designs, I guess you could say. No Christmas trees in the background. But again, the mock-ups, they just present the products very well. And also, guys, you'll notice all of the mock-ups that they present the images on this shop is all very bright. There's very light colors, apart from this one exception here, because I assume the design looks a lot better on a darker t-shirt versus a lighter t-shirt. But in general, you could see this shop's vibe. Everything is very cohesive, okay? Everything flows together. Everything's got very similar color palettes and similar tones. And there's also a lot of cohesiveness, like within the designs they actually sell as well on the t-shirts and on the sweatshirts. So there's lots of things that tie all of the designs in the shop together that, again, for a certain customer profile would allow them to buy not just one product, but 5 or 6 products and get the same sort of vibe and style in all of the products that they've bought, which again is very important when it comes to getting more return customers and getting more multi-product orders. And honestly, guys, I would say that is the main key takeaways from this shop so far, is that they don't even have that many listings, but they are focused so much on just the design. So the high quality design and the high quality presentation. And like I keep saying, guys, those two things in itself, just the design and the presentation of the design, will take you most of the way on Etsy. And then if you can add in consistency with that, then that in itself is a very powerful concoction to get you a ton more sales. And just keep doing that over a long enough period of time, you will have a very good business on your hands. And now, guys, if you're a 9-to-5er and you want to get personalized help implementing all of these Etsy sales strategies and other proven strategies out there to allow you to get your first 5, even 10 sales on Etsy within just 30 days of setting up a shop, then I definitely recommend to check out the Etsy Accelerator community, because inside you're going to get access to all of my detailed courses, all of the templates, all of the resources, and just everything that you need to completely take the guesswork out of what you're doing, because I just hate seeing people spend months and months of time on Etsy without getting the results that they deserve to be getting and they would be getting if they just had a proven structure to follow. Then the link to check out the community is going to be in the video description, as always, guys. Otherwise, if you wanted to watch a free video of me showing you exactly how to make digital products just like this shop has done so well selling, feel free to check out this video over here. Otherwise, thank you so much, guys. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.